Over the decades, Safari Rally has changed shape and evolved. It may no longer be the 1,000-mile marathon that once defined its legend, but make no mistake, the spirit of the Safari Rally remains alive and unchanged. It is still the most punishing gravel rally on the planet, a test not only of speed, but of endurance, ingenuity, and imagination. The terrain still humbles even the most sophisticated of machines. The unpredictable weather, the unforgiving surfaces, and the vast landscapes of the Rift Valley, ensuring that every crew lining up at the start understands they are entering one of the toughest battles motorsport can offer. That spirit has always been carried by the legends brave enough to conquer the Safari Rally. The story of Safari Rally has been written by extraordinary drivers and extraordinary machines. Mkenyamedia became the rally's most enduring symbol, winning 5 times in cars such as Datsun 160J and the Datsun 240Z. John Volgard added to the legend with victories in the Ford Escort RS 1800 and the Toyota Celica, while Juha Kankkunen triumphed in the Toyota Celica Turbo 4-wheel drive and the Lancia Delta Integral. Later, modern icons such as Colin McRae wrestling the Ford Focus and Subaru Impreza through the African wilderness, and Tommy Mäkinen mastering the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. Each generation brought new heroes, new machines, and new stories. Yet, the challenge remained the same: to survive the Safari Rally. This year's rally marked an important new chapter. The ceremonial start and the Kasarani Super Special in Nairobi were replaced by a focused Naivasha-only itinerary. The shakedown moved to Thursday morning at the new Newisa test. And by that same afternoon, the competition action got underway. From the very first kilometer, there was no gentle introduction, but the immediate testing reality of Safari. Drivers and machines faced razor-sharp rocks, punishing terrain, and infamous fesh sand, a powder so deep it can swallow a whole rally car. Friday proved to be the crucible of the rally, a brutal 8-stage marathon that included a reverse run through the unforgiving Camp Moran stage, a section known for pushing both courage and machine to their absolute limits. And this morning, the rally returned to the legendary Hell's Gate National Park, where the final runs unfold beneath the towering cliffs of the Rift Valley. It is here that the Wolf Power stage delivered a dramatic finale, set against one of the most breathtaking backdrops in global motorsport. It was a fitting conclusion for the Safari Rally, shorter than in the old days, perhaps, but no less fierce, no less demanding, and still driven by the same spirit that made it legendary. That is why I must take this opportunity to congratulate every team and crew that took part in this year's rally. Simply arriving here, in many ways, a victory of its own. The Safari Rally does not merely test machines. It tests resolve, judgment, and the limits of human endurance. To compete on this terrain is to confront one of the greatest challenges in motorsport. And few come here and not be transformed by experience. every driver, every co-driver, and every team member who lined up at the start leaves with something more than a result, the knowledge that they faced the safari and emerged stronger for it. Ladies and gentlemen, over the past few months, our nation has successfully hosted several major international events, including the African Nations Championships, Rugby Sevens tournaments, the magical Kenya Open. This week, the Safari Rally. These events demonstrate that Kenya is more than capable of hosting world-class competitions and that our country remains a welcoming destination for the world. Beyond the spectacle, every such event, such as Safari Rally, have a profound impact on our economy. They support business, create employment opportunities, stimulate tourism, and generate valuable foreign exchange for our country. Last year, I asked the Kenya Motorsport Federation to work with the Ministry of Sports and International Automobile Federation to advance two important initiatives: the local production of an affordable International Automobile Federation cross car and the establishment of a rally academy. Today, I am pleased to announce that Cooperation for Africa Overseas Mobility Kenya has partnered with the Kenya Motorsport Federation to produce the first affordable cross car and also donated 2 Toyota Starlets to support the Rally Academy. Please, a round of applause for that tremendous effort. In addition, Cooperation for Africa Overseas has developed a training curriculum for drivers and mechanics. I commend them for their initiative and encourage them to work closely with TIBET institutions and the Ministry of Education to ensure the success of these programs. Through the Ministry of Sports and the Motorsport Academy, the government continues to support the initiative to ensure that it provides opportunities, training, and resources for next generation of Kenyan drivers, engineers, and technicians. As we bring the 2026 Safari Rally to a close, I wish to thank the International Automobile Federation for their continued support, the organizing team, the WRC event promoters, our private sector partners, Kenyan fans, visiting fans, and all participants whose dedication, commitment, and resilience have made this event the resounding success it has been. I look forward to welcoming you again in 2027. And let me say this finally. To the great Kenyan sportsmen and women who have showed up in big numbers, the enthusiasts who have come here for the last 3 to 4 days. I know many of you traveled in difficult terrain as you made your way to Naivasha. I know maybe also on your way back, you will be enduring a lot of jam and a lot of vehicles on the road. I just want to assure you that this is the last year where we are going to have jams on the road between Nakuru and Nairobi. By next year, we will have completed the dualling of the Nairobi-Nakuru highway, and you will find your way to Naivasha much more easily. Let me also tell to our fans from the East African community, your participation in this event has made this event a truly East African safari. Your coming here from Rwanda, from Uganda, has promoted and elevated this safari into a regional safari rally, and I welcome you to Kenya. As has been said here, magical Kenya, the origin of wonder. Enjoy your stay while you are in Kenya. And finally, I want to say to the great people of the Republic of Kenya that this is the last Safari Rally where we will be expending public money to promote it. From next year, this event will be fully funded, fully supported by the private sector. And I want to congratulate the private sector for stepping up as patriots and citizens and partners with the government of Kenya to assume the responsibility of hosting this event, managing this event, and promoting this event and financing this event. To the private sector, that is true patriotism, so that the resources we have as government, we can use it to promote sports in our schools and in other spheres. Congratulations to Kenya Commercial Bank, Sports Pesa, and all the other promoters and supporters and partners that will be participating, Safaricom included, and Kenya Airways, and all the other good people. I want to tell them a big gratitude from the government of Kenya for you stepping up to support the Safari Rally and making this event fully funded, fully supported by the private sector. That is what private-public partnership looks like. Thank you very much. I wish you all a wonderful day. And again, to friends from across the globe, to friends from the East African region, welcome to magical Kenya, the origin of wonder.